Hey traders, Marcello here, founder of the Day Trading Academy. Today we're going to be talking about making $1 million trading. So I know that this industry always shows all the positive things, right? But I don't think that we talk about what it's really necessary to become a consistently profitable trader. First and foremost, I want to tell you guys I'm not a millionaire. I choose not to be. I don't think that's the most important thing in the world. Yeah, Ferraris and watches and stacks of cash and all this stuff is great. But honestly, to me, that's just really not the most important thing in life. The reason why I wanted to start day trading is because I just wanted my freedom. And you don't have to have $1 million in order to have your freedom. Now I know in the States, which the majority of you guys watching this video are going to maybe disagree with me, right? But I want to try to change your minds a little bit, because you don't have to make $1 million trading, and you don't have to make $1 million period to really look for what you guys want in life. I think that most of us, including you watching this video and myself, really what we want is to have enough money to not worry about money, right? Obviously, yeah, it'd be great to have a Ferrari, but you know, like, is it really necessary? Can a Lexus or a Jaguar get you where you need to be, or an Aston Martin? I think, and in my personal opinion, obviously, I think that if you're making six figures a year, or maybe even a few six figures a year, you're going to do well enough to not worry about having to make money. And that's really the goal, and I believe the goal that everybody should look for. At the end of the day, can you make $1 million trading? Yeah, absolutely. Are there traders out there that have made millions of dollars trading? Yeah, absolutely, especially on their own. But I don't think that a lot of people realize the odds when it comes to become a successful trader. And I believe that if you're thinking about becoming a millionaire trading, those odds are probably about the same as you becoming a successful football player. The actual statistics that I remember from a study that was done years ago, I can't remember the university where it was done at, but it's about 1 out of 10 traders are successful. In my opinion, the odds are a little bit less, right? Because of those 10 out of 100, or 1 out of 10, 10%, 10 out of 100 people, there's only about 2 or 3 people that are really killing it. And what I mean by killing it is they're doing well, they're making money consistently, not necessarily every day, because obviously losing is part of trading. But I think that it's important to make sure that you realize that, you know, making $1 million trading, I don't think should be the goal. I think one of the things that most people don't consider about trading is that this is an emotional game. It's a psychological game. And if we don't think about making the right decisions, or we focus all of our decisions on the money, then we're not going to be successful. Because you, as I, we work very hard for our money, and the last thing that we want to do is lose it. And so if you focus so much on making this amount of money, or if you focus so much on wanting to make this amount of money, you're not going to be able to do it, because that's your only focus. When it comes to day trading, really what we should focus on is right decisions. And one thing that I want to point out to you guys, let's say, I'm going to do the math here on my cell phone. Let's say you guys are making $50,000 a year. Okay? In total, there's about 245 trading days a year. I always say about an average of 200, because obviously you want to take the vacations. The week of Thanksgiving isn't necessarily that good. Christmas week, New Year's week. You're going to want on the summer, July and August, when the market moves slow, you might not make as much money as you want. So on $50,000 a year, you need to make an average of $250 a day in order to replace your income. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I know that there's a lot of flashy people. We live in this world now in social media where everybody on the other side of the lawn looks great, but our life sucks, right? So it's just an image that people uphold. Obviously, whether it's to sell courses or to do something else, that's fine. But if you guys really want to do this, because you're probably watching this video because you want to learn how to trade or you want to make money trading, right? Don't think about making $1 million because you don't have to, right? First of all, it takes a shitload of work. I personally am lazy. One of the reasons why I wanted to learn how to trade is because I don't want to work 8 hours a day. I work more than 8 hours a day, but now because I have the passion of doing other things, right? I get to work for myself. I get to teach other people how to trade. I get to change people's lives through trading. I get to, all the things that I have going on here in Colombia. For those of you guys that know, I don't live in the States for certain reasons, but that's besides the point. So if you're making $50,000 a year, you only need to make $250 a day really to replace your income. And if you really think about that, in my opinion, with the experience that I have in this industry, going on 16 years now, whether it's learning how to trade or trading or teaching people how to trade or doing both, that's really doable. And so if you focus more on making the right decisions and making a few $100s or even making $50 a day consistently, if you're doing something, in my opinion, like like futures, where you don't have to research stocks, you don't have to research penny stocks, you don't have to go in and look at reports and screen things all the time. You wake up, you open your computer, you start trading, you finish in about 30, 40 minutes, maybe even an hour, depending, obviously, right? One thing to know as well is that all traders lose money. So if you're going to lose 1 day out of a week, for example, or 2 days out of a week, then that changes the numbers around, right? If I do the numbers on that, for example, you're going to need to make quite a bit more. Let's say you lose 2 days a week. If you're going to need to make $250 a day times 5, you're going to make an average of about $1,250 a week. Losing 2 days a week divided by 3, you're going to need to make still about just a little bit more. So I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit of what you can do in the futures market, in my opinion, because in my opinion, the futures market is one of the best markets to trade. Obviously, you guys can say that I'm a little bit biased because I've been trading futures all my life. I do invest and trade in stocks now, but I still believe that futures is a lot better because you can make a lot more money with less, okay? And I'm going to explain it to you this way. In stocks or Forex or any other market out there that isn't leveraged like options or futures, if you invest in one stock and it goes up $1, you're going to make $1, right? In futures, if you invest or you trade and you goes the right way, because obviously if it goes up and you make $1, it can go down and you lose $1, right? So if you make $1 in futures or it goes up $1, you're going to make anywhere between, I want to say, $50,000 to $5,000. And you don't have to borrow money like you do with stocks or Forex. You don't have to borrow money to pay interest like stock or Forex in order to get leverage. And you can start with a little as $1,000. So in my humble opinion, the best market for you guys to really start in is the futures market, because you can open up with a lower amount. You don't have to swing trade, which basically means you don't have to hold on to positions for 3, 5, maybe weeks at a time to see the profits. And if you're day trading, you can literally practice that day. Our session really lasts for about 45 minutes to an hour. And you literally can do that at night, every night, for example. You don't have to sit there on the weekends. What are you going to do if you're swing trading? If you're investing in stocks, stocks are closed. We have platforms or trading platforms that we use that you can invest in or you can use at any time of the day. So you can practice literally 30, 45 minutes at a time in order to really become successful learning your craft, right? Becoming consistent. So I wanted to do this video because obviously in the United States, in my opinion, traveling around the world now for about 8 years, in the States, obviously the most important thing is always money, right? Making money, saving money for the consumer. It's always about money. And I think that if we change our perception a bit about what's important and what really we want to do, we're going to have a higher degree of success. And as I told you guys before, I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to work that hard. What I really want to do is make enough money to not worry about money. Go to a restaurant and not look at the receipt. If I see something that I want to travel to, I'm going to buy a flight and I want to go and see it. I want to be able to have the flexibility also to be able to work from anywhere in the world. If you have a business, for example, it's a little bit difficult to travel because you have to run the business. Whereas with trading, in my opinion, while it's not something that you're going to learn overnight, right? Full disclosure, it is risky. You can lose money. You can lose a lot of money. I've lost $80-something thousand in the span of 12 minutes. Full disclosure, right? It's something that I think that anybody can learn, but I really, and a lot of these recent videos that I've done for a lot of you guys, I really want to hone this in because I think the industry, the only thing that it does is talk about the amount of money that you can make, but nobody talks about the effort. It's going to take you guys years to become consistently profitable at this. I've seen it done in as little as 6 weeks, a few months, 10 months even. But that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you guys are going to be successful at it as well. So don't think that just because somebody drives a Lamborghini and shows stacks of cash that you're going to buy a course and all of a sudden you're going to do the same thing. Because the odds of success, even though there is success in any industry, is going to be a lot lower, especially in this day trading industry. So keep that in mind. Those are my 2 cents about making $1 million trading. Eventually you guys can get there, whether you're managing money or you're going to build your account to the point where you're going to trade that amount of money. But I'm pretty sure that most of us don't want to work that hard, and we don't want to sit here and work 8, 10, 20 hours a day in a screen looking all the time to be able to make money. And that's another reason why I really prefer futures. So, if you guys want to get in touch with me, you can go to daytradingacademy.com or reach us out at support@thedaytradingacademy.com. And let us know if you guys have any questions. Don't forget to put the hashtag AskMarcello. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll talk to you soon.